Hi, everybody. This is Tim Angel Morgan, and we are the parents and grandparents.
Yeah.
And one of the things I'd like to talk about tonight or today is something that really has kind of gotten to me, and when a child, these are signs that I have noticed myself and my wife Angel. Um, Kind of to get through public school or just not bringing attention to ourselves. But the main thing that people think about what the first sign that a child is having difficulties in school is what they're falling behind.
Yeah, they're falling behind other students.
They are having problems copying from the um, chalkboard or the whiteboard, and I think some of the things you could, I believe, a parent should to look out for is don't wait until parent teachers conference, but if the teacher feels that your child is struggling, that's one thing. What if your child comes home, um, well, like Jill's, when she came home from public school, what was it that you used to do?
I just go into my bedroom and I wouldn't come out until my mom or dad told me it was supper time. So I'd come out, eat supper, and then I'd go back to my bedroom.
So you would go withdraw.
Yeah, I went through withdrawal.
Um, some of my kids come home with headaches. They're tired. They don't want to go to school, but they don't want to say anything at school to anybody because they don't want their friends or peers to make fun of them, and they're scared of what's the teacher going to say or how's the teacher going to, you know, or she just going to put me off and continues teaching the other kids. You get scared. So those are some things to think about. Even when you have no vision and you're in public school, public school has a really thin line notebook and they're trying to write something down. If a parent looks at that or a teacher looks at that and sees that they're not writing on the line, they're writing below the line or scattered or uphill or downhill, that's a sign something could be happening and get checked. Jill would be one person to look at. she would write very large so she could see. If she would write small, she wouldn't believe.
I wouldn't be able to see what I was writing. So I wouldn't think I'd write anything.
And if your child prefers a dark color pen, a ball pen, or you can go into a marker or a crayon, in writing, that could be a sign that they are having problems seeing. And I started the writing really small because I didn't want anybody in my class or anybody to know that I couldn't see anything. So I was writing everything real tiny, but at least I had some paper to turn into the teacher. No, maybe she couldn't read it, but I felt good. Hey, I turned my paperwork in, my homework, right?
Right.
You write large, but you got your paperwork in.
Yeah, and I felt good about myself because I got my paperwork in.
Your homework in. And you know, if your child has to literally, I've seen this with people.
Mm.
When Jill started, before she got her glasses at 9, she'd literally have to take the book and almost kiss it.
I'd have to put it up really close to my eyes to be able to see what was in the book.
And 99% of the time, could you see the words?
No.
You were just doing it why?
I was just doing it so that I could try to look like the other students. I could try to look like I was writing small print,
Right.
even though I knew I couldn't. To make it look like I supposedly wasn't visually challenged.
Okay. And sensitive to sunlight, that's a sign.
Yeah.
When you go to play ball, you know, fathers like to go out and play catch with their daughters and their sons. And if you notice that your child makes excuses or just reaches out, just continuously reaches out and goes for the ball, or he said, "Here it comes," and he flinches or she flinches or moves away because they're scared that they're going to get hit. Well, that's could be a sign of visual impairment. Another one is, and this one really gets under my skin, and that is, can you please leave a night light on, or leave a lamp on,
Or a hallway light.
or a bathroom light or something?
Yeah.
And the parent, and the kid could be 9, 10 years old, and the parent not knowing that the kid can't see at night, like I can't see at night. Well, honey, you're 9, 10 years old. You don't need to be sleeping with the light on. Why? You're not a baby. It's not that the child is a baby, but they need to have some kind of light as a guy. You can't get up.
Yeah, to use the bathroom.
For some
They need
reason.
to be able to see where the bathroom is.
So that's some signs right there. And then, you know, if your child comes to you on any of these signs, don't ever doubt them. That makes me so upset with parents. I don't know that I just want to go up and tell them, do you know what your child's going through? Your child is the only one that knows what they're going through. And if you start doubting your child, you're going to be pushing your child away, and they're not going to want to talk to you anymore or bring up any issues. And a lot of vision is a big thing in this world, and it's serious. And I mean, some things can be corrected early, but if parents just say, "Nah, you're just putting it on because your friend Molly or Sam said this," how do you know? If they're falling behind in school and the teacher's going to notice it, then get together with the teachers and see. Maybe you can get an appointment and have you go see the eye doctor, and then they can make recommendations, classes, or reach out to the school like we end up going to, or having the school send stuff to the school to keep them in the school district, but so they're not failing. The last thing you want a child to do is to feel not loved and cared for at home. I mean, all your other children could be perfect. Well, like what your family.
Well, my sisters were 20/20, but I was the only one visually challenged. Like,
So you know, it's you want to have an establishment and security with your child. Yeah, maybe they want a nightlight on because it makes them feel safe, or it's they just need it to be able to focus around the room. I know at night because I have retinitis pigmentosa and night blindness. If my lights are off and the hallway lights are off, or we have company or something, I can get up. And I think Jill has the same problem as well. We get disoriented in our room. We could get up in the living room we leave the lights off because, being respectful for people sleeping. And we know the layout of our living room. But somehow we just end up where we don't want to be.
We get disoriented.
And it's frustrating.
I know, it's very frustrating. We feel so foolish because it's our living room. We know the setup.
I mean, recently we had the fence taken out of our backyard. We had to put a rope up. Because I just, somehow I would go from our shed, and I'm used to going right from our shed to the basement or somewhere. And somehow I missed the basement step, and I ended up felt the patio of the neighbors. And I knew at that time, we got to get something up, and so that marks us so we don't go onto the neighbor's property. I mean, so we got a rope up. I mean, we got a bank by the alley, and there's been times where on the 4th of July, I thought we were going towards the house, and we ended up clear by the alley. And then
Yeah.
if we wouldn't have had that rope up, we could have fell down that bank into the alley. It could have gotten pretty not happy.
That could have been dangerous.
Right. So, and you know, another thing, and I think Joe probably has more on this. When you go to a strange you and your parents or your grandparents go to a concert or amusement park or a movie theater, what do you get? But a sign that your vision.
Well, I cling on to that parent or grandparent. I stay close because I don't want to get lost.
Right.
And when you are not able to see very well, it's easy to get lost.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows where you'll wind up if you don't cling on.
I mean, you can be at places that if you don't cling on and you just feel unsecure, there could be steps, there could be a step down, and and if you don't know that your child is visually impaired, so they wouldn't have a cane. And some places don't allow flashlights, and they just go down they fall down the step, that one step, or how many steps. That's embarrassing. I mean, you'd be walking, let's say you're at a theater and little Tommy says, Dad, can you take me to the bathroom? Well, you're old enough, go. Well, if they don't feel secure and they can't see, that child is going to turn around and just not move. And then they're not going to graduate, not even going to ask.
Or they won't be able to find the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll just have to hope they don't have an accident.
When, nowadays we talk about stranger danger. That forces your child to go up and ask a stranger for help. So these are just some signs that we've noticed that parents put off. Sometimes being visually challenged when they're walking in the school or in the hall, and they're trying to find the wall to track it, or outside, they're just kind of walking all over the sidewalk from grass to grass. And people are going to go by and go, what's wrong with them? They drunk? No. But that's just a sign that visual impairment. And you think about it, and I've seen it a couple times in this town. Stop signs. If you don't live in the community, you're not used to, you're walking down the street and you can't see, you're just going to go ahead and cross. I mean, you should stop at all corners anyway and look, but stoplights and stop signs, those are dangerous things. We were hanging out with a friend of ours that they were doubting that he was visually challenged, and he was walking with us, and next thing we knew, he was crossing on Central and 11th Street, and he was walking real quick, but he walked at a diagonal, and he ended over at the gas station and ran in, what was it, firewood or whatever, outside the door. He, and here's the
I
parent.
remember that.
The parents turned around and said, he's not visually impaired, he's just putting it on. No, I know what these people are going, and they don't even know they're north, south, east, or west. You're saying we're parked facing this direction, your apartment's over on this direction, and they go in opposite direction. So that is some things to watch out for. Technology is one that so your child is having to hold the phone close to see it, to read it, to text, or right?
Yeah.
Or to play a game. They have to have it really close.
They have to have it really close to their eyes.
It's dangerous.
That's a sign that they could be visually challenged.
What's some signs on the computer?
Well, if they're sitting really close to the computer screen, if they have their eyes pretty well close to the computer,
The screen,
yeah, that's a sign that there's something going on. They may be visually challenged.
Right. And then there's things that, for instance, if you're noticing before that your child was sitting there, used to sit on the couch and watch TV from a distance, and then all of a sudden now that they have to be close to the TV just to make it out. Good Lord, don't sit there and say, well, if you sit that close, your eyes are gonna get ruined. That's a sign.
That's a sign that the child is visually challenged
Or getting that way.
or will soon be that way.
These are little signs, and I just thought we might want to share them with people. Um, one thing that we have noticed as students, and we knew we were visually challenged, was we'd put something down, our notebook down, and our pen, our paper, whatever, and we couldn't find our pen. And we know it's there. Or the scissors or something. Never, ever got the concept until they taught us the search pattern to find it. And that was, what's the search pattern?
The search pattern is to go up and down and left to right
Mhm.
until you find the object that you want. You can either start left to right or up and down until you gradually find what you want.
In the area. Right. And that's the same thing. That's how I mow. That's the same way you clean or you vacuum. Just something you pick up. So excuses. I don't want to do this. I can't read it. I don't want to read this. Um, like what? Go to a sound, like to a restaurant, and you get a menu, and you ask the child, "Hey, what looks good?" I don't know. What sounds good to you, mom or dad, or let's just see what my brother or sissy order.
And then I'll order whatever they order.
Yeah. Might be not what they wanted or in the mood for, but it's just a sign. It's politeness, or what? They just can't see the print.
They just can't read the menu, so they figure that they're gonna order whatever their sibling orders.
Is there any other things that parents, signs of visual impairment that people overlook?
Yeah, light sensitivity.
Yeah.
If the child is sensitive to light, sunlight, fluorescent light, any kind of light, if they're really sensitive to that, they may be visually challenged.
And like what you and I were talking about earlier, it's funny in a way, but the parents, they give the craziest answers. But let's say the child is writing a report and needs to know how to spell the word oh, Connecticut or continue or okay.
Yeah.
So automatically, what is it that you as a parent would say?
Well, I suppose me as a parent would say, look it up in the dictionary.
Okay,
The dictionary will tell you how to spell it,
or the encyclopedia.
or the encyclopedia.
Okay, if you don't even know what it starts with or how to spell it, how would you look it up?
Well, I suppose I wouldn't think about that though, not knowing how to spell it.
Or, yeah, here you are, you got a small dictionary. Okay, the child goes over and goes, well, how do you spell it? C, and you're starting to spell it slowly, and the child's just kind of flipping the pages and not real, can't see.
But it's making it look like they can see.
Why? And then they come back to you. I don't see it in there. Or now technology, which is look it up. You know, okay. So the kid, how do you look something up if you don't know how to spell it? For one, so that's the good thing about Siri and Google and AI and all that. You can just verbally say, how do you spell Connecticut, for instance? Okay, on your phone it will pop up. If you don't have the voice on or narrator, it ain't gonna tell you. It's just gonna pop up on the screen. It's right here. If you can't read your screen, what good is it?
Exactly. What good does it do? No good.
So these are some things that the kids come up and talk to their parents, and I feel that the parents are not paying attention to the kids, or it just maybe they just want to go into the state of denial because, well, none of their siblings had it, vision issues or things like this, or you know, pride for a boy and a man. Hey, I play football, and you know, I was a quarterback or whatever, and you're expecting your child to be a quarterback. You're wanting your child to do his darndest to follow your footsteps. Well, if he can't see the ball coming, that is a dangerous sport.
Yes, very dangerous.
And then he's gonna go out. He's gonna go out and try, and just to please you. And if he don't make the team, then he feels like a failure. If you want to play catch, and like I said before, there's signs that he's not seeing the ball or he's not catching the ball. It's not that he's not trying, but if you don't see something coming at you,
you are not going to catch it.
Now there is beeper balls and stuff like that for the blind. And one thing that when I first got married, we used to play Shanghai. And it was so rough on me because the cards we played were what, 2 decks?
Yeah, 2 decks of cards.
And they were small print cards.
Yeah.
I need large print. And it's here's these other people putting their cards down, and I'm having somebody help and read my cards, and they're mad, and before I even get a chance to know what they put down. And Go Fish, and these kids' games, just it's hard, it's frustrating. Um, the good thing about Uno and Uno 99 and Skippo, they're all large print.
Yeah.
However, sometimes I mix the sixes and the nines up.
It's easy to do.
So if the parent or grandparent or teacher or instructor is noticing changes, contact the parent, have them go get checked. I mean, I don't know if you, it's embarrassing as heck as if you have your child you're hosting a party in your home and your child gets up and runs into the wall, or the door is partially open and they run into the door, or they don't see the person standing there and they just walk into them.
That's embarrassing. But that could be another sign of visual impairment.
Right. Insecurity, you know, just having the going out to general public, it always feared me, and I don't know how half the time, but there could be, a child at the pool, and if they're low vision and they can't see, when they don't know, and they walk off the edge of the pool, which could be dangerous, everybody's gonna laugh because they think you know, he meant to do it, and that makes him feel bad. And then, as a parent, you go, well, Johnny or Sarah or whoever, why'd you do that? That was stupid. If you don't know,
If you can't see the pool, you aren't going to know where it's at, so you could easily
drown.
step off the edge of it.
I mean, it's easy. I mean, what scared the heck out of me was the Steinhardt Pool here in Nebraska City before they remodeled it. The shallow end was clear on the other end, and the 12-foot, I think it was 12 foot, I think it was the deepest, was closest to the locker room or the building. I think it should be the other way around, which I think it is now. But and another sign is when you're going out in public, you do a buffet.
Yeah.
What is the most embarrassing thing to do? It's just as a child or as a parent, you go, well, go ahead and go up and get your stuff. Oh, what they got? Well, just looked. Okay, you go up there because you're wanting your parent as a parent. Okay, I'll go look. And if you can't see, you're looking around and I didn't say anything. And as a child, a parent, sometimes parents say, well, then I guess you don't find anything that you don't eat. That's rude.
Yeah, some parents do that, but that's very rude.
Or, okay, you go up there and they're visually impaired. And I think people go on dates, blind girls or blind boys or whatever, or low vision. They go to the buffet and they're looking for something to dish it up with, and they're running their hand along the edge of the pan, or they're running their hand along the buffet table. Well, it's not sanitary, one, and two, they could get hurt.
True.
So, and drinks or hot coffee or tea is one thing. You know, a regular sighted person can just fill it up by sight. But if you can't see very well, and yet if you don't know how to put your finger over the sides for pop or like coffee guide, I mean, you could literally burn yourself or whatever. And I've seen this where parents will go, "Well, that was stupid, but you won't do that again." I mean, microwaves. If you don't know the buttons, you could burn your food, or
True.
get frustrated. Oh, why the heck is this not going? You know,
Yeah.
and I mean, there's probably many, 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 many other signs. Of visual impairment, from writing to large and to small, and being all over the page, and uh, technology. They have to have their stuff close to them. I mean, it's bad enough now that we got teenagers walking down the street, and they are constantly looking, watching TV or playing a game, and not paying attention where they're going, or they got their earpiece in and they're talking to somebody and they're not paying attention, or they're listening to music, you know, and they're not paying attention. It can get hazardous. There's videos out there where people are talking on their phones or something and they trip over the people, or they fall into the water fountains, or almost get hit by cars and trucks and trains. And I swear, cell phones are, yeah, they're supposed to be a mobile tool. You can use them anywhere. I think they're worse than drinking and driving. You can get hit and killed before you even know it.
True.
So, to me, if you get a phone call while you're driving, pull over to the side and take it. What's 5, 10 minutes? If you're gonna be 5, 10 minutes late, it's better than hitting somebody because you didn't see them, because you were on the phone. there's sometimes I ignore my phone while I'm walking, because there's been one couple nights that I was talking on the phone and we bumped Arbor Mart's window with the stroller.
Yeah, I remember that.
And another time I thought we were home because we were going by the blue light and we were a block away. All those are signs. I mean, if a child doesn't want to go out for a sport because they can't see, now we encourage our kids to go out for sports. But I remember one time the parents encouraged a blind person, or no, they didn't know they were blind or visually impaired at the time, to go out and play basketball for the middle school, high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think Kay Lee was cheerleading camp that time. Here's the kid throwing the ball, but it was towards the side, towards the audience, not even close to the hoop. So, what would you suggest to the parents?
That they take their child and get his or her eyes checked and see if that child is visually challenged.
Okay. So, should they just ignore their child?
No. Like I just said, they should get the child's eyes checked. Set up an eye doctor's appointment and get the child's eyes checked and see if the child is visually challenged.
It don't make him. You should never ever doubt your child. As a parent, do you know what your child is going through? When you're at work or at home and your child's at school or at preschool or daycare, do you know what your child's going through? You don't, do you?
No. As a parent, you don't know what your child's going through unless they tell you.
And as a parent, get in the habit of asking what they did today and how they felt about it. Give them praise. Open up. And then that way, gradually, if they have any problems, it doesn't have to be visually challenged. It could be any other challenges. And you're going to want to know. And then they're going to go through school and they're going to want to quit. They're going to want to quit.
Especially if they don't have the right books.
You know, if you don't have the support.
And if they don't have the support, they're going to want to quit school.
Right. And that can be frustrating for everybody because they want to quit, but as a parent, you graduate from school, so you want them to do their best. But if they don't have the support of their family and the trust, then they're going to go through life like that. And they're not going to have respect for their kids. So just don't doubt your kids. It might be a story, but you don't know. You don't know until it gets checked out. You know, and I constantly hear parents say to their children, after they go through their report cards or IEP, or what they call it, parent teachers conference,
Yeah.
where the teacher says that they're falling behind and they think it's due to their vision. Can you go get it checked out? And what does the parent say? Ask the kids.
The parents ask the kids, I suppose the parents ask the kids why they're falling behind.
And why didn't you say something before? Why now? Why did the teacher have to say it?
Yeah, or they'll ask the kid, why does the teacher have to tell me that you are falling behind?
Or your friends. And here's this child might be saying, I've been trying. I've been trying. But you've been ignoring me. No challenges in life should be ignored. It, if you catch it early enough, it can be corrected. And maybe sometimes your peer your peers won't even know that you had the problem. Then on the other hand, it could have gone so far that they are picking up on what you did and they're laughing at you, thinking that you are making a funny. And it was actually an accident that you did. And it's embarrassing to you, but you get resentment towards your friends and family because they're laughing at you.
Because they thought that it was funny.
Well, they thought that you did it to get their attention. So, in my eyes, and yours, I think that you should go to in school, don't wait till parent teachers conference, go to the eye doctor. Don't wait for school physicals. If you're noticing something different, go. And as a student or a young adult and or elderly or where you feel that your vision is going down or something else, talk to somebody or go get checked. Go. Don't sit there and wait until it gets totally worse. It might be in your family history. It might not. It could be a health issue. You might be taking a medication that's causing this problem. But if you keep taking this medication and ignoring it, it could get worse and worse.
Yeah.
and to the point where there's no return.
And eventually you could be totally blind.
I mean, I can only imagine being able to see, right?
Yeah.
You can see and then wake up with total darkness.
That would be devastating.
Wouldn't that be scary?
Yeah. You'd be like, where in the heck did my vision go? I had it yesterday.
Hmm.
I don't have it today. What the heck?
But that's what gets me with people that have 20/20 and then they lose it. At least they can remember what they see, but they just hit panic mode. Now, because we're born kind of like what we are, we had some vision, so we know what things are and what they look like. Did we know that we can go gradually go blind? But we have I feel the training and stuff behind our belt underneath us, so we know what to do. But it would be totally devastating to have our grandkids show up and want a hug, and you don't know where they went.
Yeah, that would be devastating.
I mean, I would be embarrassed as heck to say, "Well, what color are your eyes, sweetie? How tall are you? How old are you?" You know, that's kind of embarrassing. But how do you explain to your child, your grandchild, that grandma and grandpa can't see?
Well, very carefully.
You know, like for instance, Kaylee, Levi, and Angel have an experience because both their parents are visually challenged. My mom's dad was visually challenged, right?
Yeah.
So, but your parents didn't have any visually impaired parents or grandparents,
No,
but that you were the only one out of the family that did.
I know.
So all I can say in this before I go is please do not ignore your child. Do not call if they want a light on. Let them have a night light. What's the harm? Heck, I sleep with a lamp on or the hall light on. I mean, sometimes I'll just leave the TV on just to have a light in the room. Because, I mean, even coming out of our bedroom, it's embarrassing because if I misjudge the bathroom, I can walk into my son's room. And then I'd turn and like, whoop, where'd the sink go? Where'd the tub? Wrong room.
And then it would dawn on you like, oh, I'm in the wrong room. No wonder why I can't find the sink in the tub.
Well, Leroy could turn around. What are you doing in here, Dad? Oops.
That'd be embarrassing.
I mean, if you don't want, as a parent, them to, if you to leave a light on because you're afraid of the electricity bill, which is probably what 1 cent per one night light, whatever. But then, guess what? Give them a flashlight they can put on their headboard or beside. And maybe they will never want to use it, or maybe they will. Faith. That's all your child wants you to do is believe and be faithful to them and help them. It is, if you can't see, take it from me. It's not a happy thing in life. Before you had your cataract surgery, you couldn't see hardly.
True.
And what was it like for you?
It was scary.
You had pets that would be getting in your way.
Yeah.
You couldn't find things. You know, it was just, and it just blows. You just hate it.
I know. I hated it.
You were scared. You didn't want to go out in public. You didn't want.
I didn't even want to go to the mailbox because I was scared that I'd go out into the street, miss the mailbox, and go out into the street.
You just shut down into, I don't want to do nothing.
Yeah, I did.
You didn't even want to go out to eat like you used to.
I know. I just pretty much shut down. I didn't want to do nothing.
You told me I could go out, but just to bring you back something. And we're used to going out to eat or hanging out together, and then it's just like somebody pulled the shades down on you.
That was scary.
And when
I thought it was going to be like that forever.
Yep. And you still have fear.
I still have fear of missing the mailbox.
But
because I know that our mailbox is close to the street.
And if I remember you telling me right, you turned around and kept telling your mom and dad that you couldn't read the books. Or your mom would go, "Oh, yes, you can. You're just making it up." Right?
Yeah, I think I tried telling my mom that I couldn't read the public school books. And all she could tell me was, yes, you can. You were just making that up.
And when you couldn't see TV and you wanted she'd make you sit on the couch. But then when she locked down the room, what'd you do?
I sat on the floor by the TV.
All right. So any finals on the subject?
Well,
any signs?
let's see, are there any more signs? We mentioned the sensitivity to light. We mentioned the getting clingy in new places. clinging on to either you were a parent or you were a grandparent instead of trying to venture off on your own.
Oh, there is one that your family loved doing to us, mainly your mom. We would put the scissors where we would know. We put the medications where we knew. We put everything away so we knew exactly where it was.
Yes.
And the next thing you know, when your mom came to visit,
She'd move everything.
so it took more time, and this is a sign of somebody
That's visually
that's
challenged.
that if it's taking more time than usual to find something, because if you're 2020 or something like, you can open up the cupboard and it's like, uh, let's just say they were going to make cereal,
Yeah.
and they kind of know where your cereal bowls are.
Yeah.
They might accidentally open up the wrong cupboard and get frustrated because they can't find the bowls, though.
True.
They might open the drink cupboard, or
Yeah.
the you see what else, they go get, and it takes them a while to figure out what cereal they want. Sometimes if they end up shaking the box and saying, "Oh, that's all the Cheerios," or they open a box and you reach in and take a bite and find out, oops,
Wrong cereal.
I opened up a box.
This isn't what I want.
Oops, I opened up a box. I didn't want to do that. Or they go to the refrigerator. And nowadays, orange juice and milk come in gallon-sized containers.
Yeah, but if you can't see very well,
Yeah.
you aren't going to be able to tell which one's juice and which one's milk.
Unless you open it and smell it.
Yeah, unless you open it and smell it.
But if you're in a hurry, you might end up having orange juice in there. Sure.
Instead of milk.
So and then you like laundry. I mean, you tell your kids to go do the laundry, and if they can't tell the difference between the colors, and they throw your like white socks in or white shirt in, and then they end up throwing something red in, you're gonna come out with something pink.
Yeah.
And you're gonna just jump all over your child. Well, that was stupid. Couldn't you see it?
Yeah.
No.
And the kid would be like, no, I can't see it.
I'm trying to tell you, I can't determine the colors. So, just whatever you do as a parent, grandparent, etc., caregiver, teacher, don't ever put down the child or a young adult, their teenager. They are trying to do their best. They don't want their peers to know. They don't want anybody to know. They're going to try to hide it as much as possible. And if a parent, they can't trust a parent because you're going to just keep putting them down. What? That's not good.
No.
So, you know, don't call him a baby. Don't call, just say, I'm sorry that you're going through this. I'm hoping it's temporary, but how can we go figure this out? How can we work through this? I mean, be supportive. That's all I ask. Don't downgrade. All because they want a nightlife. They're not a baby. Because they need somebody that help guide them to the restroom. They're not a baby. They're not a toddler.
They just need help finding a bathroom.
You don't want them clinging on to you. Then don't take them to the movies or something. Something new with a lot of people. I don't go to dark places. Okay, I don't want to cling on to anybody. You know, we go out places and we do like a train. I mean, where one of us grabs onto the elbow of somebody, and then the other one hangs on to each other. It might be a preschool, the rope, or you have to hold each other's hands all the way through wherever you're going.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing, mainly if you're on the end and you run into somebody. You can only say sorry, blame the engine. You know,
Yeah.
signs of and then eating. If you're noticing your child is feeling the plate more, to find out where things are.
That's a sign of visual challenge.
Where's the forks? Where's the yeah? I can't do it. Can you make my meal? Well, you used to make this before. Your child keeps been making popcorn, microwave popcorn, or something quick. And all of a sudden they come up with, I can't do this. Can you do it for me? Don't downgrade. There's enough of that going on in public school, and it bleeds into the community. And if we teach our children that we respect and what you're going through, then they're going to go in the community and respect people as well. And you got any signs or
Well, you've already said the one about when the visually challenged child is eating, he or she'll generally put their hand in their plate to tell where the food is. Let's see.
yeah, you still do that.
Yes, I know. I still do that quite a bit.
And mom and you, you need a cracker, yeah. But I don't understand. Okay, push piece of bread. Okay, that works. But it's not gonna say, "Oh no, you're gonna be eating chocolate pudding
True.
or tapioca or cottage cheese."
It's not going to tell you what you are eating.
And the worst taste is putting on a cracker or putting on a bread or cottage cheese on bread or mashed potato. Well, mashed potatoes like that. But can you prefer flip it off? Is there anything?
I'm not sure if there are any other signs.
Well, do you have anything to say to the parents?
You mentioned the swimming pool.
Yeah.
Let's see. Uh, I'm not sure if there are any other signs.
Well, like mine, if you, my eyes go back and forth. Right?
Yeah.
Or if I have a fever, they really move.
They go back and forth faster.
And with yours deformed,
Yeah.
and if you're noticing as a parent, it takes a while for you to go from a child to go from being able to see from outside to a restaurant. Yeah, it might be to you as a parent or a friend, like we've had the friends say, "Oh, it's well lit in here."
And we were like, no, it's not.
No.
Baloney.
It takes a while for your eyes to change. It's like photo, what they call that, the lens that changes color, photogray.
Yeah.
Those lenses don't change colors. Boom. Those are all signs. Your child is squinting more, wanting to hide their eyes. Maybe at one time your child just hates wearing sunglasses, and all of a sudden now, even in the house, they want to wear sunglasses. And as a parent, you're thinking you're stupid. It's not sunny in here. Take them off. Well, maybe your lights are too bright in the house. Maybe their eyes hurt, or they're getting headaches, or things like that.
Yeah.
So, what you got to say about if a child comes up to you or your parent? What should you do?
Well, if the child comes up to you and says that he or she is having problems seeing, you don't just ignore it. You take him or her to the eye doctor. And you get them checked for being visually challenged.
Should you call them names?
No.
Should you go up to somebody and say, "Well, why didn't you tell me?"
No.
Well, I want you to do this. Why can't you do it? I did it.
I know you shouldn't say that to the child.
If it gets to the point where they need to go get glasses, or I mean, even when you're trying glasses on, let the child have a decision in what the lenses are, because they're the ones gonna be wearing them. It's gonna be their peers that are gonna see the glasses and, you know, well, because you like dark glasses and, you know, like purple, red, black. Maybe the child wants peach or color to blend in to their face so that really it's not seen. So do you as a parent go up and say, no, I want you to get these and that's fine.
No, you don't say that to your child.
It's the child's gonna wear them,
Exactly. It's the child that's gonna have to wear them,
not
not you.
the courage or motivation. You want them to have that feeling of proud.
Yeah.
But there is one phrase that really gets me upset, and it's being told by a family member, and I'm not saying names, but they're calling it what we have, what I have is a curse. No, it's not a curse.
I remember that family member.
It's to me a blessing to be visually impaired. I can teach others. That if it wasn't for being visually impaired, I wouldn't have married Jill here.
And I wouldn't have met you, dear.
And families and start our family and have grandkids and etc. It's all up above. Vision or any challenge is not a, and I wish people would get this through their brain. It's not a curse. It's not an accident. I mean, it can be caused by accident, but not. If you're born with it, it's not an accident. It's not a curse. It's not nothing. It's a learning experience. And if your child is out there and that's another thing that gets me upset is the parents just don't want nothing to do with visually challenged kids. They call them freaks, or they don't want nothing to do with them because they don't know how to take care of them. We're just like our kids are just like any other. You just have to guide them. Yeah, the parents get frustrated because we are doing, they want us to do it a certain way, but we got taught a different way, or as kids, and we don't know what's going on, that we can't see that well. Mom, you might say, make a suggestion, or dad, as a parent, why don't you do it this way? But deep down inside, I gotta do it this way. I gotta try. It might be a learning experience for both of you. It might come out good, it might come out bad. Let your child explore. All because they are saying they're visually challenged or they can't see or anything. Don't don't shut their imagination off. Take it seriously. sometimes I think our parents didn't take us seriously.
I know mine didn't.
All right, I'm gonna shut down. Is there any finance?
Well, there's something else that somebody said to me, a family member. And you do not say this to a visually challenged child. You do not go up to that child and say, if I would have known that you were going to be visually challenged, I never would have had you.
Right. That is the worst thing you could say to anybody. You all right? You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Yep, I've heard that many times over. I mean, you probably heard in the dorm. Okay, you're at the school. I don't care. I don't want you to come home. You're here. Bye. Just like putting them in a nursing home. Bye. I don't want nothing to do with you. That's sad. It's the parent didn't do anything wrong. The child didn't do anything wrong. The child doesn't deserve to go, what? To be downgraded.
True.
The child doesn't know what's going on. It's besides being scared. All right, I'm gonna go down to the finish. If you're done.
Yes, I'm done.
Follow us on Facebook. If you like this topic, please subscribe and like, comment, and we will do more on this subject. So, what do you think the next one should be?
Well, that's a good question.
Okay, folks, you heard that one. The next subject we will be doing is, that's a good question.
Dear.
Um, on our YouTube channel, we have a video about how we met, and on our anniversary list, we have all kinds of what we've done in the past. Check us out, like us, subscribe to us, comment. We're not all perfect, but we're willing to grow with whatever you want us to see. I can't say I'll do anything. We draw a limit to some things. But keep in mind, Jill and I are both visually challenged. In Nebraska City, I don't know how many other people are visually challenged, both couples, both husband and wife. I know a lot of them are. I know we have a friend in Lincoln that are, both of them are blind. but one went to summer school and one went to fall school. We met at fall. Both of us were fall and summer. But a lot of people we know, one's blind and the spouse is sighted. So it makes life challenging for everybody, for us, and communicate. One note though, I would like to put out, and I keep forgetting. We go out to eat, and these people have menus. I would like to find somebody that would help, because what I would like to do is start a small business, or not even a business, just something to help with the community and making it better, is to get a printer that does large print, or braille. And to get a printer that does braille is approximately what, $2,000, $1,000, whatever you. I know what as I know, is the Atsuki, and that is very, very expensive. That's about $1.50. Perky is about $2-3 grand maybe. And my wife and I had a chance to check out the is it Meta glasses?
Yeah.
And we would love to find a source to get a pair of glasses to help with our daily routine. And I'd be glad if somebody, like Meta or somebody, has glasses and they would like to have us review them and put them on our YouTube channel. I'd love to do that for people. So if anybody knows where to go with that or those items, it'd be great. So all these videos I'm taking are with Apple phones. Right now I'm using the Apple 14, and sometimes I use the Apple 10. So and we enjoy them. I'd love to do a review on them or different apples. So, all right, everybody have a great night and great day. Let peace be with you, and remember, take time, stop, close your eyes in your community, and find out that your community has a lot more to offer than meets the eye. And also compliment your neighbor, or talk to your neighbor. There's no reason why we have to be so standoffish towards each other. A simple hello or hi to your neighbor might just make their day. And Jill and I believe the community, and every community, the nation, the world, should be all one rainbow. All your colors of your skin, religious, everything should all blend together and make one beautiful rainbow.
Yeah.
God made you special. We love you, and thanks for subscribing to our channel. Share the word. That's the way we grow. Check us out on Facebook, Tim and Joe Morgan, or candidate for Nebraska City Mayor, Timothy Morgan, or if you want to check out our story of our life, marriage, and dating in school, it's under Jill and Tim's 25th wedding anniversary. And I cannot sign off without this big announcement. Levi, our son, has published a book, and it is called Don't Let Trauma Define You. And it's about trauma and what he's going through. And you can help him by purchasing the book on Amazon, eBay. There's a lot of platforms you can buy. It's only a 25 page book, maybe 26. It runs about $10 for soft copy and $14.99 for a hard copy. And if you want to, for 99 cents, you can go under your Kindle and order the book, I believe, as well. But he's also, his first book is out there, and it's called Treating Your Mind by Levi Morgan Hoagland. Both books are Levi Morgan Hoagland. Treating Your Mind, first one. Second one is Don't Let Trauma Define You. And you can check that out on his page on Facebook as well. He's on Snapchat and other platforms. And check him. He's also got on Facebook Inspirational Poetry by Levi Morgan Hoagland. Thank you very, very much. Seconds.
Okay.
That's how long that one was.